Hello and welcome everyone to Coldfall Primary School. My name is Evelyn Davis and I'm the head teacher, and I'm delighted to be able to show you around today and take you on a virtual tour. So we will be meeting a few of my wonderful teachers and seeing some of the children in action as we go around and visit a few of the classes. So I'd just like to tell you a little bit about the school before we do that. Coldfall is a three-form-entry primary school situated in Haringey in North London. So we have around 680 pupils on roll. We have about 80 staff who work in the school. And because we're a three-form entry, 90 children per year group, we have a system of 5 to 6 adults in each year group. So there are the 3 class teachers, one of which is the senior teacher in the year group, the year team leader, who oversees the planning and practice, plus the other 2 teachers. And then we have graduates on training, as we're a teaching school, and our teaching assistants as well. One of our guarantees to parents is that we really look after the children from the moment they arrive to the moment they go home. So we never have any supply teachers in our school. So any absences or any teacher who's on training, it's all covered within the team for each year group. Our classes are named after birds, and that's because we have these beautiful grounds outside with many, many birds on our grounds. We're back onto Coldfall Woods, where we get our name from. And so all the classes are named after a bird, and the birds go in alphabetical order. So we start with canary in the nursery, and when we get up to year 6, we have our 3 year 6 classes: toucan, woodpecker and wren. We're a very diverse population here. We are about 55% ethnic minority, and we have children from all corners of the globe. We have about 40 different languages spoken within the school, and we see that as a real asset to the school. We have a very global curriculum because we try and ensure that we link into the backgrounds and cultures of our pupils, and our curriculum is called A Journey Round the World. So each year group focuses on a particular continent where they learn about the culture, the history, the geography, the arts, the music of that continent. Anyway, let's go and have a little look around the school and meet some of the staff and children. So this is Mr. Kitchen.
Hi there.
And Mr. Kitchen teaches in year 4. So Mr. Kitchen, can you tell us a bit about your particular role as a year team leader?
Yes, so one of the things we're really fortunate here is that we have 3 classes in every year group, and one of those class teachers is the head of year. So that's my job for year 4. And my job is to make sure that we've got continuity across the year group, that there's good quality teaching going on in every classroom, that we're filling our classrooms with awe and wonder, that all of the children are happy and safe, and that wherever those children are at, they're all making good academic progress.
So teamwork's obviously a really, really important element of your role, isn't it?
And it's just so great that when we're planning, we're able to bounce ideas off one another, and it just means that whatever we're doing, we're really able to make sure that it's engaging and exciting and is really pitching it at the right level for the children's learning.
1 or 2 weeks ago, in science lesson, we did this really fun caterpillars experiment, and it was so fun because one person was the predator, and so in science we were learning about evolving and adaptation.
My favourite subject is art because we do so many cool projects, like with the pop art, Andy Warhol. We did that in year 4 self-portraits, and it was just really fun.
My favourite subject, I would say science, because I think every half term we have a science week and we have a project to do.
The tricky thing about this word is the double R. So leave yourself enough space. Make sure you've got a little wave in between.
So I started off as a teaching assistant for 1 year, and then I began my training at Coldfall, and now I'm in my NQT year, my newly qualified teacher. Our topic for year 3 is Australasia. So we've been looking at Australia, Papua New Guinea and New Zealand. And this week we've been writing instructions about how to care for a baby kangaroo, a baby Joey. Learning about Australian animals, the climate, the different rainforests and waterfalls.
I've always been really passionate about maths, and so when I became a primary school teacher, one of my first aims was to try to share that passionate love of maths with my children. And I've since then become a maths mastery specialist teacher.
Can you tell us a bit about how maths is taught at Coldfall then?
Yeah, well, we take a maths mastery approach, which is all about thinking how we can develop children's understanding of maths, which is, after all, quite an abstract subject. So how can you bring it to life? How can you help children understand the concepts? And so we do it through, for instance, children showing their understanding, developing their understanding with manipulative things you can kind of touch and move around to show your thinking, or maybe expressing maths ideas through particular drawings and other images and representations, as well as, of course, working in the abstract. We're learning about the continent of Asia this year. So we've been, for instance, reading this wonderful story from India, Ram and the Demon King, which kind of tells the story of Diwali, for instance, which we're celebrating, learning about countries and culture and continents around the world.
This is Miss Callahan, who's the senior teacher down in reception.
Yes.
And I know this is where the parents really want to know about what happens down in reception.
Well, it's the most fun and exciting place to be. We feel really privileged to be at the start of their learning journey. So when they come in, we like to immerse them in language straight away. We have a range of stimulating core texts that we work from so that we're always talking, always having conversations. So typical day in reception, they'll come in. We'll start talking about our core texts of the day. So we did the cave, which they've really enjoyed, really stimulating. And we'll do activities. So we did the Bumble Bear and we made some lovely little Heg bees to go with that. So we'll start off with a text that will then feed into lots of other activities. We will then take a little bit of break. We'll come back and do some whole class maths, go and do some maths activities, come and do some phonics, and then have some lovely lunch, and then have lots of fun in the afternoon.
Okay, so there's lots of learning through play.
Lots of learning through play. They are the explorers, and we're there to steer them on their exciting adventure.
Fantastic. I know whenever I walk past, the children are just so happy and having a wonderful time. And of course, they've got a lovely outdoor area as well.
Amazing space outside. That's where we're so blessed at Coldfall to have such a lovely outdoor area where they can really use nature in their learning as well. So we've been making full use of all the acorns out there at the moment. Lots of counting opportunities, art activities, and stimulating talk as well about the seasons and change, and forest schools. So we're very, very lucky here with the outside space we have.
And did you find the settling in process was straightforward for the children?
Settling in, and a lot of parents have commented and said that their children had a really smooth transition in settling in this year. So they've come in and they've settled down really, really well. And the parents have been very supportive with all the new routines that we're doing. But the children have coped brilliantly with it and have settled in beautifully.
Now, who can remember what it was like when you were in reception? Can any of you remember that far back?
Was
Do you remember?
amazing. It was really fun. We did the nativity. Remember the nativity?
Yes, we did that.
Everyone who's in reception does a nativity, and I think year 1 and year 2 as well.
You get to play a lot and like you only do that basic stuff. I think I like playing with the water.
Okay,
Like
water play. This is our lovely nursery teacher, Miss O'Mahony. So, Miss O'Mahony, can you tell us a little bit about life in the nursery?
Well, life in the nursery is great. It's full of fun, it's full of laughter, it's full of love. Every day is different and every day is special. We really try to make sure that the children have a great time when they're here. We keep them very busy, lots of playing. We've got a massive garden that we like to go out into every day. They do lots of climbing, lots of jumping, lots of creative activities. We read lots of special stories together and share lots of special moments together.
Maybe you can tell us a bit about a special story or book that you've been reading with the nursery recently.
Well, the nursery have really enjoyed this lovely story here. It's called The Colour Monster, and it's about a monster who changes colour depending on his emotion. So it's been really useful in exploring how the children feel, how their new nursery makes them feel, and we've been able to do a lot of work around colours, colour mixing, and how we can help our friends if they're feeling sad or scared or angry. So it's been lots of fun and we've really enjoyed it.
My name's Mr Marshall, I'm the Deputy Head at Coldfall, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about our outdoor learning offer. And as you can see behind me, we have the most wonderful grounds with ancient woodlands, and this is where we do forest schools. Forest schools is where the children are immersed in the outdoor environment throughout the whole of the school year, and they engage in creative activities, often using the woodland materials and learning about the nature that surrounds them, how to look after it and how to use it in an enjoyable but educational way. At Coldfall, we're very proud to have earned a Green Flag Award. This was given to the school to reflect our commitment to environmentally sustainable living, both through the school in terms of Walking to School Week, Meat Free Mondays, but also the curriculum which teaches the children how to live in environmentally friendly ways in the emerging climate crisis.
There's the nature trail, and that's really, really fun. And there's the massive pit and the Muga, and we play football there a lot.
The environment is a huge plus, especially for the little ones, the outside space, that chance to run around, be outside.
Everyone has a smile on their face. It's just a warm, inviting place. The children are happy. We have so many lovely extra things going on. So it's just a joy to be here every day.
I believe very strongly that when they leave here at the end of year 6, yes, their maths and their English is good and strong, but actually we've actually helped to bring some fantastic citizens to the end of their primary school life.
One of the things that strikes almost every single visitor when they come in, there's just an atmosphere here, one of positivity, one of joy. It's a warm, friendly, nurturing place, and I think everybody just senses that when they walk through the doors. So I think it's the community spirit maybe above all things.
If I said, what's the best thing about Coldfall, I want you to all think about, how would you answer that question?
The teachers, they're really kind and supportive, and they'll help you if you get stuck.
And also we learn about like how to be good to friends.
I would say my favourite thing is the environment here, because it just feels like a really happy, free place where you can be yourself and learn as much as you can.
Thank you very much for coming on our virtual tour and visiting Coldfall Primary School. Hopefully this has given you a little flavour of what life is like at our wonderful school. There is a lot of information on our website if you'd like to find out more, but you can also email us if you have any particular questions on office@coldfall.haringey.sch.uk. Bye-bye.